With West Virginia securing a commitment from a transfer at their biggest position of need, it's time for another transfer portal update here on the Country Roads webcast. Let's go! Duquesne does have some good players on their roster. Some standout ones from week one, a defensive back in Ayden Garnes, who ended up with half a tackle for a loss, a pass breakup, and then ended up with a pick six as well. Jumped the route and really looked good on that play. It's funny how the world works sometimes, isn't it? Just that clip right there from 3 short months ago was Steven and I in the Duquesne preview and predictions episode of the CRW podcast. And I was talking about Duquesne cornerback Ayden Garnes, who would impress to open the season there for Duquesne. And he would continue to go on and impress for them throughout the 2023 football season, as he had a great season leading the secondary for the Duquesne Dukes at the FCS level. Now he will be transferring up and playing for our West Virginia Mountaineers in the 2024 season. That's right, West Virginia has secured their first transfer commitment of the 2023 offseason, and it is Ayden Garnes, a big-time transfer cornerback coming in from Duquesne, and this guy was very impressive this season for the Dukes. As you can see here from their official site, he was recognized as a first-team all-conference player, tied for the most passes defended in the conference, along with 2 interceptions and 11 pass breakups. And in addition to that, his PFF grades were extremely impressive as well. He actually graded out as the highest player on the Duquesne defense by a large margin, the only player in the 80s, and he was nearly in the 90s. 87.4 defensive grade for Ayden Garnes this year. And if that's not impressive enough, how about an 89.7 coverage grade for Ayden Garnes? So coming to West Virginia, seems like they're getting a great addition to the secondary. We knew West Virginia needed to add cornerbacks. They address it right away, getting a lengthy cornerback in 6 foot, 170-pound transfer Ayden Garnes, announcing his commitment to West Virginia today on December 15th, which was the impetus for this transfer portal update here on the CRW, where he will come to West Virginia with 2 years of eligibility remaining. But if his all-conference status and some of those PFF grades aren't impressive enough, then I'd encourage you to go check out Ayden Garnes' tape. I'll show you a few plays right here that really stood out to me that show some of his different abilities that I think he can bring to West Virginia next season, and why I think he's going to be a good addition to the Mountaineers secondary. Let's check out a few of these plays, and then I will link the entire highlight video in the description below for you to check it out for yourself in full if you'd like to check out the newest addition to the West Virginia cornerback room for next season in Ayden Garnes. But here's some plays from that film that I really liked. All right, leading it off with an impressive athletic interception. Look at that. Jumps up in the air, the ball's behind him, able to reach it, grab it, and return it. Really impressive stuff there. I'm going to run that back one more time just in case you missed it. Watch this. Grabs it and gets into the end zone, goes and scores the touchdown for the Dukes there. That's an impressive play. Wanted to share that one. And then we can't just only highlight the interceptions. We got to highlight his good pass coverage skills as well right here with a great textbook pass breakup right here on this play. As you'll see him here highlighted in the slot. Watch him come in, cover this dig route brilliantly and break it up right there at the perfect time. And then, yes, we've got to show this play. Unfortunately, it is against West Virginia, but the positive side of that is it shows that he can do it against Power 5 competition, which he's going to have to do, obviously, here coming to play for the Mountaineers now. But I like this because it shows his ability to, avoid a blocker and blow up a screen pass here. Check this one out. And then lastly, he's going to have to play some good run defense as well. We've seen West Virginia's corners make plays in the backfield, get TFLs, things like that, and he's got to have good tackling ability as well to play at the Power 5 level, and he shows some of that in this highlight video as well. He'll hear him making a play in the run defense as well. As you'll see here, outside run, he comes up, makes a great play for a TFL there, stopping the ball carrier in the backfield and maintaining a good edge there, not letting the ball carrier get outside, making the good solid tackle for the TFL. So those are just a few plays of Ayden Garnes that I liked from that film. Like I said, I'll link the entire thing down in the video description below if you want to check out some more film on Ayden Garnes yourself. But I think you're going to come away very impressed. I was impressed enough when I watched the film, but then when I dove in on PFF and looked at some of those grades, my eyes were really popping out at that time. I think Ayden Garnes can be a really good cornerback for West Virginia, and I'm really excited about this pickup. So just to round out here, one final thing, let's add him to the transfer in list as we continue to try and update this here on the Country Roads webcast with our transfer portal tracker here we've been utilizing throughout the offseason. And of course, it sure is nice to now be able to add a player that has been on the target list here, Ayden Garnes, who we reported on potentially committing in our last transfer update video. We can now take him from the target list and add him to the first player to be on the transfer in list here on this offseason's transfer portal tracker here on the Country Roads webcast. And I think it's a great first edition for West Virginia, picking up a cornerback in Ayden Garnes. Big position of need. We knew it was one of the positions West Virginia was going to target heavily. As you see, it's the position they've sent out the most offers at by a long shot, and obviously it's the position that they really need to fulfill a lot of spots in. So look for more defensive back additions to come in the near future for West Virginia as I briefly scroll through the transfer target list here, and you can get a good look at some of these names if you pause the video if you need to get a better look at them, you can. But we now have Ayden Garnes added to the transfers in list for West Virginia, the first name of several that we'll have here, and we'll continue to report on these as they come through here on the CRW. So there you have it, Mountaineer Nation, the first transfer commitment for West Virginia this offseason. How are you feeling about Ayden Garnes? Are you as excited as I am? And what other cornerbacks would you like to see West Virginia add to the transfers in list as well? Be sure, let us know your thoughts down there in the comments below. We really appreciate those interactions as we continue to try and grow the Country Roads webcast community throughout Mountaineer Nation. Having said that, as always, I'm Jordan Cruz, and until next time, let's go Mountaineers.